Hi everybody, this is Boog S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Crossbones figure. So before we take a look at Crossbones, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the right arm of the Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure, which I have the whole thing. I just need to review all the figures in the wave, and then he will be reviewed. And he comes with two sets of guns. And I don't like this first set. These are the Yonrog guns. These, I just don't like Hasbro reusing them, you know. They don't look like real guns. They're kind of just space guns. And they're just cast in like a marbleized gray color, light gray color. It's not even a metallic color. And getting these in his hands is a nightmare. Because his hands are very, very stiff. So you have to force it in there. And I don't know if you can see, but I have scuffed the plastic up quite a bit trying to get these on him. And once you get them in his hands, they angle out like that. And by the time you get them in his hands, you also pop his hand off. Which you can kind of turn it this way and get it straight, but it doesn't stay that way for long. Now I'll go ahead and put this one in. This one's a lot harder to go in than the other one is. You kind of have to do that and pull the fingers back. It's a multi-step process, honestly. So there he is with these guns, and like I said, I'm not a fan of them. This one does angle out. I don't know why it angles out so bad. This one's straight. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these guns. Getting them out's even more of a hassle. You have to turn it sideways like that and pull out. There. And these can go down in his holsters. The other guns aren't made to fit in there, so you'll only fit these in there. But they fit really nicely. And they don't look bad when they're in the holster. It's just when they're out, they don't look the greatest. So you can do that. And then he comes with these other two guns. They're actually the same. And I swear we've seen these used for another figure before. I just can't place what it is. Was it Deathlock that used these? Or, maybe it was Bishop. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we've seen these used before. But I like these guns a lot better for Crossbones. And getting these in his hands is a little bit easier. Just fit them in like that. Which, if you have his finger through the trigger there, they will be angled out like that. So you want to leave his finger out of the trigger there. You want to kind of have it like that. So let's go ahead and put this one in. Like I said, you don't want to have the finger on the trigger. That way, they will set right in his hands. But with these, I think Crossbones looks really nice. So yeah, I definitely like these better than these pistols. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt. So Hasbro did a really good job on this head sculpt. The skull deco came out really clean. And some black is showing through right here on the forehead, but honestly it kind of looks like shading, so it doesn't bother me. It's not showing through really bad, so it kind of just comes across as shading. But the eyes look really nice, and the teeth came out pretty clean. As you can see, the black line, let that focus in there, the black line right here on the right side of his face is a little blurry. But nothing major. That's the only, bad thing about this that I can see. The head sculpt I can see. And he has these bandana things here, whatever they're called. And they look really nice. They're sculpted so that it looks like they're flowing in the wind. So that looks pretty good. And quite a few people, me included, didn't like this neck. Everybody says that he has a giraffe neck. And in person, it is a lot better. It's not that bad. And once you have it in hand, it's not as bad as the pictures. And he does use the Hyperion body mold. There's nothing new here except for these pieces, the belt pieces, and the wrist pouches, and the boots, which are reused from Rage. I'm not sure which, I think Rage actually came out first, so yeah, I think these are reusing Rage's boots. And the Crossbones logo right here on his chest came out really clean. And he has these new pieces on his wrist for these pouches. They have no sort of paint detail, it's just cast in brown. But his belt does have some paint detail. It has a gold buckle right there. And there's also the buckles right here for the straps on his thighs that have some gold paint detail to them. And there's no sort of paint detail to these pouches, but they do have a nice texturing. They have a little bit of texturing on them. So that looks pretty good. And as I mentioned before, he reuses Rage's boots. Which, like I said, I'm not sure which came first. I'm not sure if Crossbones reuses Rage's boots or Rage reuses Crossbones' boots. Because this wave kind of came out at the same time, so I'm not sure which actually came out first. But yeah, Hasbro reused these pretty quickly. So, like I said, the rest of the body is just the standard Hyperion body mold, so if you have that, you pretty much know what to expect from it. So now, let's go over his articulation. He has a ball-jointed head that can look back all the way. He can look down all the way. He can move his head side to side. And it can tilt just barely. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move all the way out. He has swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbows, swivel thrusts that can move side to side, and a hinge that moves up and down. Though if you move it up like that, you're going to get it kind of loose there, so you'll have to put it back in like that. But he does have a hinge on both wrists. He has an ab crunch that can move all the way back and all the way forward. He can move his waist side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that can just about do a complete split. He can kick forward all the way, and he can kick back all the way. The belt and the holsters do not hinder that. It's very soft plastic, so it's not hindered. He has swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, swivel at the boot, swivel at the ankle that can move down all the way, up all the way, and an ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the Ares Wave Crossbones figure. And this one reuses some parts from the Hulkling body mold. And he is a lot bigger. I do hope we get a redo of this one, because like I said, it is on an older body mold. We got a redo of this in the Thunderbolts box set, but it used the same mold, it just had some different paint to it. But here we have the classic Crossbones and the more modern Crossbones. Here he is next to the Retro Collection, or the Vintage Collection Captain America figure. Let's get him to standing there. So there he is next to him. And as you can see, he is quite a bit taller than Captain America. Here he is next to my repainted Taskmaster figure. And I don't know if he's going to stand, so I will just hold him there. So there he is next to Taskmaster. And finally, here he is next to Red Skull. And this is another figure that I think needs updated, because this uses an old body mold. And now we have the new jacket arms for Gambit, which Hasbro is still reusing this jacket, which doesn't bother me as much as these arms do and these hips. So yeah, I hope we get a redo of this Red Skull at some point. So overall, I think this is a really good figure. My main issue with it was that huge neck, but like I said, once you have it in person, it isn't as bad as the photos make it out to be. So yeah, I would highly recommend this Crossbones. I have waited forever for a classic Crossbones, and this definitely delivers. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.